She'll come out and visit with us. Yeah, say, I can come out and visit. I'm good at that. She says, I'll sit in your lap.
Who's that?
Her name is Shug.
Hey, Shug. You're my second Shug I've met this week. So today we are with Dr. Mary B, and everybody around Lake Martin knows this is the vet of choice. Thank you for meeting us.
Well, thank you for coming. I'm glad to show you around and tell you we're out at Kowaliga area, and we do see we've had a lot of people coming in. There are a lot of people who have vacation homes here, and then we are seeing more people retiring here, which we really like. And they appreciate having somebody close by.
Who really cares about animals. You just get the sense as soon as you pull into the parking lot here, right off 63. I'm sure you've all seen it as you're driving down between Catherine's Market and Nails.
Yeah.
On 63. Yeah. And it is just really nice. I mean, it's like a little palace for your pets.
Well, yeah, and we do, we specialize in, we do all kinds of medicine and surgery, but we also do acupuncture and Chinese herbs and chiropractics and a lot of nutrition, and we carry a lot of good, healthy dog and cat food. So
I was floating in the water one day, and a bunch of boats were tied up, and a dog had an accident, and we immediately came right here. So you kind of see some probably doggy water accidents.
Fish hooks and falling off of boats, we've had near drownings too with some dogs, puppies especially, not knowing how to swim. But we have fish hooks are probably the most common thing that we see, because kids will be fishing, they come in to eat and they leave their bait dangling, and it's just an imitation.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, and some of those can be very difficult, and so we try to get owners not to cut the hooks off too far. We need a little bit of a handle to get them out. We have to we'll put a local anesthetic and push them through and then cut them off so they get them out.
Well, how do we get in touch? Do you have a website? Do you have a phone number?
I have a website. It's Whole Health Pet Care. We also have a Facebook page, and it's Kowaliga Whole Health. And then there's also, I think, a link from our page. We do have an online store for things too that we don't have in-house. And our phone number here is 334-857-1816. And we do have after hour, if you call after hours, it refers you to numbers where I can be reached. Sometimes I'm not available, but I will call back. So if I get the call, I will call back.
Hey guys, Trey at Crew Lending. Just wanted to point out that the rates are still really low. It makes a lot of sense sometimes, instead of paying cash for that house completely here at Lake Martin, to finance a portion of it or all of it if you're VA eligible. So call me today. We'd love to help you get your house at Lake Martin.
We're at the landing and we love Lake Martin.
Woo! Hey, it's Paige, and I'm with Julie and Carlos of Towboats. So Julie and I were out looking at houses all day, and I ran out of gas smack dab in the middle of Lake Martin. So it is a beautiful, sunny, could be kind of hot if you don't have some wind in your hair, afternoon in September. But I called Chad with Towboat, and Carlos was here in a finger snap. He is being very careful not to spill any gas, but we are so grateful. So if you do not have a membership to Towboat USA and you think that you maybe don't need one, you do. I promise the day is coming. But check out PaigePatterson.com and always love Lake Martin on Facebook.
We are the Paces and we love Lake Martin.
Okay, a little background. We first met Dr. Mary Battistella our first Halloween here about 5 years ago, and she lives in our neighborhood, and we trick-or-treated them, and I think it was the first time you'd had trick-or-treaters in
Forever. Yeah. Yeah, we have, everybody's kids have grown up and moved away.
Yes, but she was so kind to us, and her family always has, so it's kind of been a tradition. We may not ever go trick-or-treating again, but we'll always come by and surprise Dr. Mary B. and her husband. And see what's
We
going
always
on there.
have little bags for them.
So we have a treat today at her
Veterinary.
yeah.
Veterinary office.
So we have a treat from her today at her veterinarian office. Buddy and I, unfortunately, were in a car accident last week. I was okay, and Buddy was not. He accidentally got under my tire in our driveway. So we have been nursing him all week, and Dr. Mary B. said, you know, he's really kind of getting up in age. Have you ever tried acupuncture for Buddy? And so we're here to learn how that works today.
We're gonna, yeah, we thought we'd put a few needles in and just kind of help with some of the arthritis. He has some, I can tell he's got some hip issues, and his front, one of his hocks, you can see here, is real swollen right here, and that's arthritis. And underneath this bandage is another arthritic place in the carpus, and that's from probably an old injury. We've got this because it just got scuffed with his recent accident. You know, acupuncture needles are a little bit different from an injectable needle because they are solid, so they don't have a cutting edge. Now, first one I'm going to put in is a kind of a calming point right here. There we go. There you go. Yeah. See, they don't seem to mind it much. There we go. The shoulders very often get a little tight because when they have rear end problems, they pull a lot in the front. And these muscles that come along here will get kind of spasmy. Okay, well, one of the first things I usually see, if it's their first time, they might get a little slow down for a day or two, because what acupuncture will move the blood around, and it helps to vasodilate too. So if you've got an area that hasn't been moving well, which arthritis is like that, and that's how you get pain, where there's not blood isn't moving. So there you go. What a good boy. And sometimes we'll use if they're some of the dogs that are real nervous and real tight, you know, they're just tensed up. I'll use what I call an unwind method, and I'll use the therapeutic laser, and I'll go down all the way down these meridians alongside the backbone. I'll do one side then the other, and it helps those muscles to relax, so I can determine more of what is actual tightness and spasms, and not just being, you know, tense. I usually let this run for about 10 minutes or so.
So he's getting little jolts right now.
Yeah, and it's very mild. You know, after a little bit, sometimes I can crank it up. Dogs are very sensitive to it. A person, you have to turn them up to 7 or 8 on this, whereas a dog, I usually do it around 1 or 2, and it'll stimulate the meridian. Sometimes you can see the light flashing there. Sometimes you can put your hand on them and just, you can feel the light flashing up. Well, usually along this meridian. That's the one I'm on. A little bit higher.
Will this work with cats or any other animals?
You know, cats do real well with it. I can put needles in a cat, and they won't, on their, especially faces, because they get sinusitis often, and that's one of the most common things that we treat. And they'll just sit there with these needles in their face, and you go, you can't believe they don't just do this. They don't. They don't. They do real well. We are Kowaliga Whole Health Pet Care, and we love Lake Martin.
Hey, this is Paige with Lake Martin Place Realty, and I love Lake Martin. Today I'm doing and that is arriving to a closing by boat. Rely Title. They have 17 branches all over Alabama, and I cannot express how impressed we have been with the Auburn satellite of Rely Settlement Services. They are top drawer committed to service. So one of the attorneys, Blake, lives near or on Lake Martin, and he was like, hey, that's just right around the corner from where I live. I'll just bring all the documentation to the house that they're buying. So I've been out this morning showing houses, and we're gonna go to closing by boat at the house that I'm selling. So there is nothing normal or the same about selling Lake Martin as probably anywhere else in the world. So you just call me, we will find you the perfect slice of sunshine, and we will bring service to your door, I assure you. Check it out, PaigePatterson.com, and always love Lake Martin. Check out Rely Settlement, also R-E-L-I. See you soon.
We're the Browns,
And we love Lake Martin.
Welcome to the third ever Pictures with Santa at Lake Martin. Even Santa Claus vacations at Lake Martin. It has become an annual event that Santa, the Sunday of Labor Day, perhaps his last weekend at Lake Martin before making it to the North Pole, hosts a fundraiser at Bay Pines Marina for Children's Harbor, who serves seriously ill children and their families. Over 30 families stop by on their boat or by car or by bike this year with their family, friends, and furry ones to snuggle up to Santa. I can't wait to see the not so boring Christmas cards this year. Thank you, Lake Martin, for supporting Children's Harbor, Tiffany Roach, the professional photographer, Trey Callaghan with Crew Lending, Bill Kennebrew of Homes by Indianwood, and Paige Patterson, all from the Love Lake Martin team. Really appreciate your support. Merry Christmas, Lake Martin.
Okay.
Tallapoosa, or are we in Tallapoosa or Elmore County?
We're Elmore County.
Okay. At Lake Martin. Even Lake, oh no, bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything to you. Come here, boy.
Do you want me to turn my car off?
Oh, Shug, excuse me. Hey, holla.